Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special guest. He is one of the lethal MCs in the game in our time and space. He has a brand new project coming out called 7P's The Gotti Way. He's also an entrepreneur, a creator, and a part of music history. He is the one and only Kurupt Young Gotti. What's going on, Kurupt? How you doing, man?
I'm getting old, but I'm still here, Bucko.
Hey, brother, you looking well, man. You're sounding good. You're feeling good, I'm sure. First of all, it's an honor to speak with you, man.
Well, I'm gonna be honest, because my wife was just telling me, Lily was like, you was at the media day.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to tell you, I love you for that, and thanks for the support of being there. Woo-wop.
Oh, man, it's my pleasure, man. I appreciate that, man. Much love to you, too, as well, man. That's why I came out, man, because I grew up on you, to be honest, man, and listening to you as far as the Chronic album, Doggy Style, Dog Food, all the soundtracks, obviously All Eyes on Me, and several other projects that you've done, Streets as a Mother, and Space, 2001, and just everything, man. So the DPG independent records, and the list goes on.
Well, thank you.
But I want to talk to you, man. Let's talk about this project, man. First of all, you got the label is out. You are the executor of this label. Let's talk about that, as well as 7P's The Gotti Way. What can the audience expect from this brand new project by the one and only Kurupt Young Gotti?
Oh man, it feels so good to talk about it. And I'm gonna tell you, 7P's is about giving the best performances on music from the youth and the new generation from the West Coast, as well as giving them a couple treats of Kurupt and me and DAZ and things of that sort. But just really, it's a party, man. Everybody having a good time. But mainly thing about 7P's is I want everybody to speak their views. Tell people how you feel. Tell them what you think. This is the album where the young folk can express themselves the way they feel like they want to express themselves, and tell how they feel right now at this point in moment. And that's what 7P's is about. Proper planning can prevent piss poor performance. And I teach all my youngsters, you want to give the best performance. Your performance is everything, from the stage to the mic booth, from the mic booth to the stage, to television, to radio. Your performance is everything. That goes from your interviews and your conversation. That goes to if they tell you to grab the mic on there, you got to give your best performance. So we want to prevent the piss poor experience, because I've experienced it before where I was doing too much and my performance wasn't that great. So that's what 7P's is about. And it's through Fat Beats. First release, I'm releasing through my Fat Beats. Second, I should say. First was First Generation.
Mm-hmm.
First Generation we dropped first with me, MC8, Chill, Gangster from the Comrades, and Chill's from CMW. So it was total CMW. You had me, you had J.O. Felony, Gangster from the Comrades, and King T. And we also had production from Sir Jinx classic record, First Generation. Our DJ was Battle Cat. That's our DJ. So, it was a big event, and Battle Cat added some things to the table. So, First Generation I dropped first through my deal. But before that, I did the Horseman through Fat Beats. So, we did the Horseman, me, Cannabis, Raz Kaz, and Killer Priest from the Woo. And so now they gave me my own situation there, and this is the first thing that we're releasing through it.
Man, that's fantastic. I mean, it's so much history you just dropped. I don't want to pass that up, because you just dropped so much history, musically, and even in the culture. You talked about CMW, you talked about King T, legendary, obviously the Liquid Crew, DJ Battle Cat, who we all know is just enormous. What he's been able to do yourself, being a legendary MC that you are. And then you said the Four Horsemen, basically the Horsemen, I should say, with yourself and Razcast, who would eat most MCs up, if not all.
Oh yeah.
Cannabis, Killer Priest. I mean, it's just the list goes on.
Oh, yeah.
How important is it for you, Kurupt, though, to have you're in this stage now where you have young people looking up to you and seeking you for advice, and you're able to disseminate that advice to them based upon your experiences?
Well, I don't know how important it is to them, but I know how important it is to me to be able to share this game, because that's how I won. Somebody felt the love to share the game with me. So as a person that's been in the game, it's a responsibility to spread the love, to be able to pass the torch, as you see Dog did with Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
And what we all did, passing the torch is key, and giving people the opportunity to express themselves and shine. That's what hip hop is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I want to take it back just a bit if I can, man. 1992.
Oh shit.
The Chronic.
Right.
And let me tell you, you had one of the coldest records on that album. We know about G Thing. We know about Let Me Ride.
What record is that?
Stranded on Death Row.
My God. Oh, wow.
Now, did Dr. Dre, I have to ask you this. Did Dr. Dre, I know as structured as Dre is and as very sound savvy as he is, and he's a sonic visionary, did he just let you just go off? Because it seemed like Kurupt always got like the longest verses, but they were so lethal and so magical when it came to just capturing the audience. Did he just let you go off and just say, all right, Kurupt, just take over?
That's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy like Run would say, like my uncle Rev Run would say, crazy like. Dr. Dre basically came to me because I was at Death Row, but I wasn't signed.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dre was interested in me, and so was Suge, and Snoopy brought me to the table. Snoop did the Whoop Wop, and Warren G just supported it, and Nate, they just loved it. Dr. Dre came to me one day and said, I got the record for you, Kurupt, which amazed me. Like, damn, Dr. Dre's thinking about me. That was mind-boggling for a young man like me. I was just like, wow. And he gave me the beat. Stranded on Death Row. And he gave me the beat and said, right to it, I'll let you know when you're going to come in the studio. I said, wow. So he gave it to me strictly for Kurupt. This is the record that I hear your voice on. He's ingenious. So that's how it started. I got this for you, though, Kurupt. This is strictly for you. And because you're going to set it off. So I wrote my rap to it, and I waited until Dr. Dre said, Kurupt, until they hit me and say, Dre wants you in the studio. I said, okay. I came, and he brought it up, and he said, you ready? When Dr. Dre say, are you ready? You only got two choices, pass or fail. Hell yeah, I'm ready, because I came with my notebook. I came with my papers. So, bam, he let me fly. And that's what I came up with. And it set the tone for the entire project, for the entire record, I should say, for that song. And the way I came in, Dr. Dre named the whole entire song off the beginning of my rap. It's crazy. This before we put Bushwick on, before Dr. Dre did that. It's just like, okay, go, Kurupt. I started off Stranded on Death Row. Boom. When I finished my rap, Dr. Dre said, that's the name of the record. All right, let's go. Do your background. There wasn't no backgrounds. I said, you want me to do backgrounds? He said, no, wait. Talked, and then he came back, and then he said, no, you done, Kurupt. Come in. And I was like, oh, for real? And I came in, single vocals. Dr. Dre is the stickler for single vocals. If you can't do it with single vocals, you know, you got to use the backgrounds to add to what your wop is. But when you can when you can lay a single vocal and Dr. Dre says no need for backgrounds, it's over. You're the one, not the two. And also he called me One Take Jake. Things that, you know, you just laid the whole thing. The first time you laid your rap, you didn't have to do it again. Okay, do it again and just fix this part. Or, you know what? Stop. I'm going to keep it here and punch you in. There's no punching. It's just straight through. Yeah. And then Dr. Dre said, okay, One Take Jake. And then it was a celebration like Kurupt. Basically, like you made it. You made it. And that was Stranded on Death Row, cuz. And that's why they called it that, because of my verse. Stranded on Death Row. Boom. And then he said, that's the name of the album. That was the name of that particular song. Yep.
Man, that's amazing.
Oh, that was. I felt so good, I can't lie. I was only, what, 19?
Man, you have people that lived their whole lives trying to get a session with Dr. Dre, and you came in there and just killed it. And I mean, that's amazing in itself, man.
You know, I learned the whole thing from Dr. Dre. You know, he gives young people opportunities, and if you look throughout his career, he always gave people opportunities, young youth people opportunities, from myself and from Dog, myself, DAZ, Warren G, his brother. You know what I mean? He taught us things, and you can see it stretch on throughout his career after us. You know, Nate Dogg, he loved Nate Dogg. Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even after that, when he started his own new thing, you see how he gave the light to people like M, and then like Scott Storch. M brought 50, so 50 Cent, and then Kendrick. You know, Dr. Dre, that's what he does. He always expands his light to the next generation of the youth, and he always give people opportunities to shine.
Yeah, absolutely. And another record that you did on Doggy Style, when you said, slow your roll like your leg was broken. Who's joking? Rakim never jokes, so why should I, Lo? And I know he said, now that's my idol. Check the vital rhyme flow, though. So I'm asking you this question here about you and Rakim. And how come there has not been you and a Rakim record? Because I've been waiting for that just as a fan. And I know many other fans have been waiting for that too. So is that something in the works? Has it already been recorded?
There's a Starbucks. Boop. Because this is very interesting because, you know, I noticed in my career that what you want rarely happens. But, you know, what you don't expect or want happens because it's out of your hands. Destiny is out of your hands. And you learn also that if it hasn't happened yet, when it does happen, it's finna be phenomenal. But I've met the R many times. You know, he loves Kurupt. Kurupt, he loves the R, you know, because he's the key. He's the one who inspired me and changed my whole rap format, gave me my format for rap. And yeah, we know he's the idol, and I've never had an opportunity to rock the mic with him. Which means that you can best believe in the future, this dynamic collaboration will be coming to a theater near you. And when it does, it's pure hip hop, baby. Pure hip hop.
Well, we as hip hop fans, we're gonna put that out in the universe. We're gonna see that happens sooner than later for sure.
Oh, we're gonna make it happen, trust me. Oh, yeah. We're gonna do that because that's called what you have, the bucket list. Yeah, that's on my bucket list. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna make that happen sooner than later. I tell you that much. And you know, my big homie, Uncle R, he rolls with me regardless. So if I have the right record, because everything's about the right record. It's about doing the song. I had E40 tell me, you know, I'm always with you, Kurupt, but I don't like this beat. After he told me that, I ain't sent him another beat. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, because it's got to be right. So it ain't just the fact that the way people love you, it's also about the right record. And the R definitely fits in that category. I could send him something, but if it ain't the right record, no matter who produced it, the R ain't rolling. He ain't rolling. Now my uncle Too Short, cause any beat I give him, he makes it magic. So I can give him any beat, but he'll be like, "Look, bam!" He'll drop something on it, cuz, and the whole beat sound different. Oh my! He's one of those guys. He'll make a beat better than it is. Oh my mama, God.
That's the legend of Too Short, man. He has that.
Man, Too Short get on any beat, man, and make it better than it sounded before he got on it. Even if you on it, okay, yeah, that's cool. Then Too Short to lay his shit, and then even you sound better. I'll be like, damn, you know what? Now this is the shit. Now my verse sounds even better. I'm like, damn, I'm listening to it like, okay, that was good. That was bomb. You know, it's crazy. Crazy.
Hey man, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of talent. And speaking of talent, you talked about Dr. Dre, but your connection with Daz Dillinger, man, has been absolutely incredible over the course of time, and it stood the course of time as it pertains not just musically, but you guys have really formed a brotherhood. And talk about how that brotherhood has enabled you all to continue the longevity that you've had from dog food all the way to where you guys are right now.
Well, the key to an MC is a skill, but the key to an artist is production when it comes to music. And his team. And Delmar, the DAZ, is both production and team. DAZ is the one who brought the whole thing to the table about the dog pound. We're going to be the dog pound. He came to me with that idea. I agreed because I already was thinking about it the night before. We the dog pound already. We like a gang, but we're not. But we're a gang. At the same time, I'm thinking like, well, me and Daz might as well be a group because we connected from the time Dog brought Delmar out and he brought me in. So when he had Daz come, I was in, and me and Daz linked from the door and created our brotherhood the second that we saw each other. And they ain't left each other's side since then. And the thing is that he came to me one morning and was just like, Kurupt, we're going to be the dog pound. I said, damn, I was thinking the same thing. And that's how I knew he was my brother. Great minds think alike. And everything Delmar says, I'm with. And everything I say, he's with. So it's just this rhythm. So, when we made the Dog Pound, me and Daz did our first record, Niggas Don't Give a Fuck, which was a Snoop record. And, made it on the Poetic Justice soundtrack, and it's been uphill ever since. That was our first Dog Pound record. Me, Daz, and Snoop. And so, with Daz, man, the history is that like this. Look, Snoop had Dr. Dre. I had Daz. Daz is my Dr. Dre. See what I'm saying? When I originally started, Warren G was my Dr. Dre. He was the first one out of the whole squad who did a record with me. That was a Kurupt solo record. Like, okay, Kurupt, I got something for you. And he gave me my first song, Warren G. He was the first one to give me a song and say, go ahead, Kingpin, this is all you. And I was like, wow, the G-Dub. Oh, my mama.
It's interesting you bring up Warren G, because I always feel like Warren G, even though people recognize Warren G for the talented guy that he is, especially, artist, producer, and the way he's able to bring artists together, put artists out. But I never felt like he got his true credit, because he's been responsible for a lot of things happening. Yourself, Snoop, Nate Dogg, Daz, bringing them to the table. And then also he was instrumental in, helping picking out records for the Chronic album, which obviously changed the whole music landscape. Do you feel like Warren G gets his just due, just being in hip hop, being in music as a whole?
I think Warren G is like country and Western music in like a lot of genres that we don't look into. We don't know what's going on, Warren G, but this is the thing. Facts matter. These are facts. In his contribution to the music industry, how he was a part of basically saving Def Jam, which was a milestone in hip hop. And Warren G was a part of getting them back in float. I think that speaks for his credit. Everybody being broadcasted loud about it, I feel like maybe we ain't listening to the right people to see the Warren G props, because Warren G by itself can sell out an arena. I think that speaks for his credit. I think the credit that we're looking for Warren G is not where, Warren G's credit is at. Because majority of the people that's looking at the credit is looking at people that are hip hop fans like Wu-Tang and Biggie, or West Coast hip hop fans like that's looking for Tupac and Snoop. When Warren G has created a whole different lane for himself with no help besides the fact of this. Warren G got his situation through Def Jam. The only other person I think that was West Coast through Def Jam at that time was Domino. Then there was Warren G. Warren G came when Def Jam was not at its height. Death Row was killing the game. We were at our hype. And then Warren G basically put Def Jam in that game by himself with a great team behind him from Def Jam. They know how to sell records. That's what they do if they have the right artists. So Warren G, I think he gets his props. We're just, the fact that you even said that about Warren G lets me know that you are giving him his props. And people like yourself is all that matters.
No, I hear that definitely. I mean,
definitely gets his props. Now, if you're talking about does the entertainment game give him his props, I don't think so. I think they miss all these facts that I just brought up. Not to mention he had one of the #1 records, and he's a DJ, not a rapper. He's a DJ. His name is DJ Warren G. That this DJ is Warren G. And he had a bigger record than actual rap artists. Okay, this is your specialty. You rap. My specialty, I DJ and make beats, and my record's bigger than yours, which creates your Khaled's nowadays, which creates your DJ Clues nowadays, which creates everything after Warren G. If you wasn't a DJ and put out a record that sold like Warren G before Warren G, then if you're after Warren G and you're a DJ that sold a record, put your own shit out, then you are under the Warren G umbrella. No disrespect to him.
No, that's very accurate. I mean, he saved Def Jam. That's what people fail to some people fail to realize. Like, he saved Def Jam from bankruptcy because they were about to close their doors. And Warren G, so I'm not telling you anything that you already don't know, but this for those that may be listening, Warren G saved an entire historic label on his shoulders and created other lanes, like you said, for the Twins, the Dove Shack, the 5 Footers, other artists that have come through the door at Def Jam and everywhere else. So yeah, I agree with you.
Self-explanatory.
Now
through Def Jam, that's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I recently saw something at Tribeca Film Festival. The legendary icon himself, the D.O.C, had his documentary that you were also a part of, sir.
Yes, sir.
Along with the other Death Row artists and several other people. Who is the D.O.C to you, and what does he mean to you specifically, Kurupt?
The Doc is the one, not the two. He's the one, and Dog will vouch for that. D.O.C he's an emperor to Gotti. See what I'm saying? He's beyond. He's an emperor. See, D.O.C. changed the format of West Coast hip hop. And he's from the South. He's from Dallas, Texas. And like I said, remember I told you, Dr. Dre takes the youth and brings them in. He takes artists and brings them in and make them better and give them a lane and lets them shine. Well, he did that with Doc. And Doc took that torch and took it to a whole different place, which opened up doors for MCs like myself. West Coast rap was a certain way at that time. D.O.C. broke the border. He broke the border so much that motherfuckers didn't even know he was from Dallas. They thought he was from the West Coast. And he's from Dallas. Which goes to show you it ain't where you're from. It's where you at. Because he pushed the West Coast line. And the Dallas line. As I am from Philly. I pushed the West Coast line. And I still let it be known that Philadelphia is the key to Kurupt. So I was related to him in that fashion. But the Doc is greater than what I think of him. He is pure, unadulterated, one of the greatest MCs to ever touch what we call the microphone. Definitely. And Doc, to me, he helped structure Kurupt. He helped structure the way I make songs. He helped structure my style. Doc told me, he said, look, your rhymes are cool, but add style to it. What's your style? You got to put style to your rhymes, the way you say it, how you enunciate and pronunciate your words. Dope. I would have been down with rock, but I would be broke by the punk. I'm opening up my trunk to reveal death. Living up my life is like a story. Yelling it because nobody else is telling it, checking it. See, I'm like Eminem. I'm like, I wish I could bring Doc and say, hey, Doc, hey, Doc, what you say right here? What you mean by a twist? What you mean in it? So, look, you got to listen. Never a second is negative because, see, I'm lost. And that's what makes him great, where he got to explain to you his rhymes around this motherfucker. That is ingenious. He's equivalent. Doc on the mic is equivalent to Dr. Dre on the beat.
Ooh.
Hello.
Great analogy.
Yeah.
Great analogy. I call D.O.C. a hip-hop Othello. I called him a musical Shakespeare.
You ain't never lied. Good analogy, bucko. I love it.
Yeah, D.O.C. is definitely one of the keys to, I feel, just hip hop in general, regardless, man.
One of the greatest rhymes I heard coming from Death Row was RBX. And it was on Lyrical Gangbang. I know everybody like all the other records, but on Lyrical Gangbang, he said some shit, and then he said, Stylie Lee bumped and being found in debris by a maniac with a gat. See, nowadays niggas is like that. Now he says Stylie Lee out of the blue with his rhyme, like it just, that was some D.O.C. shit. RBX was the closest at that time that I heard to D.O.C., where his rhyme goes, but he just adds something you can't explain. I can't explain it, man. And that's the mic. And from New York, that was Rakim to me. So I have somebody my age, if not younger or older. I think he's younger, but he's the closest I've seen close to that feel, which is Jadakiss.
Yeah, Jada's sick.
His style is ridiculous. And then there's also, I have another one, I'm sorry, a Jigga. Oh, I have another one after that as well. There's Wayne, Lil Wayne. Up, and I have one that's the top of my totem tree, my totem pole, my top of the tree, which is Drake, believe it or not.
Mm.
Oh man, this nigga he's special.
Yeah.
Word wise, he's a wordsmith. The connection of the words. I have another one too, Meek Mills. Look, man, there's so many of these guys. You know what I'm saying?
No, I've always said Drake. I said to me, Drake, I love it when Drake raps. I don't care for it when he sings, but I love it when he raps because I think Drake can absolutely rap.
It's crazy because I love it all. That's what makes me say he's top of the track, because his diversity is impeccable. Now, the singing, the words in what he's singing, my nigga, is rhymes. They're impeccable. The connection of this shit, the things that he's singing, the words he's connecting in his singing is rhymes. And then he spills death. That's just death, my nigga. It's like, look, his word connection when he's talking about a girl, the connection is death, my nigga. He's connecting these things and shit like, oh my God, wait. Okay, wait, all right. He's the type of nigga that's like Instagram. They say on Instagram, they be like, wait for it. Every time Drake song comes on, any song, whether he's singing or rapping, I be sitting there like, wait for it. Boom! And he delivers every time. Every fucking time.
Drake hits for sure. Drake definitely hits.
Oh yeah.
When you
me right now.
Oh yeah.
He's been that since he came out to me. Ever since You're the Best. I've always put him on this certain pedestal that this guy is the top of the chain right now. Words wise, rap wise. And singing, I really don't trip off the singing. I'm more into the words of what the singer is singing, and his words is pure, unadulterated poetry to me. That's just my opinion. Got him.